What's up, everybody? This your girl Alice Sage with Rise With Me. And I'm coming to do a reading, but the divine was channeling a message to me for the last couple of days. I guess you all know that I have been MIA. Y'all only got one video per day for what, the last 3 days? I don't talk about it, I be about it. This is a real channel over him. If I'm needed, I'm going if the divine tells me to go. Now, am I perfect? No. No way, no how. And you know what? It is what it is. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every last one of you who have stayed with me, who has liked, shared, and subscribed. The channel is growing. Now, while I was gone, there was a couple of subscribers that left, or YouTube did something or whatever. I mean, I really could care less. It wasn't but about 2 or 3, and then it started climbing again today. So with that being said, I am grateful, because only those who are real can be on this channel. This channel ain't like most channels. If something come out in the cards and my subscribers or people who watch me done effed up, the divine gonna tell you that you effed up. And then gonna tell you why. And the why is love. Sometimes love don't work how we think that it should work. Sometimes it's a lesson in it for us. Sometimes it's a lesson in it for the other individual. That's the reason I said all of us have been karmics at one point or another in our life. Some of us still going through karmic ass shit, you know, and it is what it is. Does that make you any less than anyone else? No. Because it's a process. Now, with the one that I posted today, which is Friday, that was released, it came out at 3 o'clock. If the divine tells me to dig into it and go a little further because something ain't sitting right with me, then that's what I'm going to do. Now, at the end, I got irritated because that one, that particular karmic, which is your divine counterpart, is refusing to bow down to the Most High, thus bringing karma upon themselves, because they have rendered it upon them own self. And it all comes from one-upmanship, because love you don't know. Because if you did know love, I ain't saying you're gonna be no doormat. I don't advocate for nobody to be a damn doormat. Been there, done it. Alright? But when you try to play God in another individual's life, you effing up. Especially when you being malicious about it. Now see, that trying to be God in people's lives, that could either gravitate toward the malicious aspect or towards the aspect of one giving too much when the divine didn't tell you to do it. Thus you are rendering karma upon yourself because you taking on the individual's karma that you trying to help. So if you notice, I said when the divine tells me that it's okay for me to go and help, then I will. Because I'm telling you, I used to have that hero complex. Jump out there and help somebody in a heartbeat. Then next, be doing good before I jump out there and do it. And then when I jump out there and do it, I started back then. I started wondering what was going on. And the divine let me hit my head up against them walls until I got tired and I finally went. I was like, now I'm doing what religion done taught me. You know, I'm being loving, I'm being kind, I'm turning the other cheek. Divine said, how many cheeks you got? I said 2. Well, if you only got 2 cheeks and somebody smacked you on one and you turned your head knowing that you could do them just as bad as they done did you, then what you gonna do? You gonna keep on turning your head? I said, nah. I said, all right then. You can forgive an individual, but when you gonna learn to separate yourself? Because a lot of times we overstay our lessons. It was only meant for a season and a reason, and somehow or the other, y'all reason and mine in the past too gets carried on and on and on. I'm like, all right, I hear you. Sometimes you gotta walk away so that your divine counterpart can get theirs together. Because if you always sitting there sticking your nose in the Most High business, then you have no one to blame but yourself that your divine counterpart ain't getting that shit together. Why should they? I mean, seriously. Why should they? Because you trying to play God instead of letting God be God. D-y'all, whatever name. Because I'm not caught up in religion. Anyway, that's enough of that. But think about it. It's food for thought. This is 2 different decks, but they both came together. It's Oracle and Tarot. And that's how I was directed to do it. Because it came as one set. Look at this. Life is tough, but so are you. Life is tough, but so are you. But now, that's great. got the flags up top like it's a party, you know, like you got something to celebrate. A lot of times we don't celebrate our accomplishments because we so busy looking at the negative aspects of life. You made it through it then. So if you made it through it, ain't that an accomplishment? If you made it through it, and you didn't think you was going to make it through it, is that not something to be grateful for? Because I'm telling you, if some of y'all done been through some of the shit I done been through, woohoo! Shit. Now, to a woman, you haven't been long to have laid that burden down. But that burden is still close to you. Alright? It's still close to you. That's whether it's relationship of any type, job, whatever. You have not been long to have laid that burden down. So that burden is still close to you now. Let's not get it twisted. But you now hold the world in the palm of your hand. The world now. See, it's a difference between the earth and the world. Did you catch that? Alright. So, you done made it through some tough times. You holding the world in the palm of your hand. You got your staff right there in the other hand, which is your wand. And I ain't talking about your sexual wand. I'm talking about your wand. What are you going to create? It's your world. It is your world. What are you going to create? Look at this. Look at this. Love yourself as much as you want. I don't like the word want. Y'all know the word want means to lack. As much as you desire. As much as you desire. And you can use want right there also. As much as you lack your soulmate loving you. Love yourself as much as you desire and lack. You lacking your soulmate, because if not, you won't be on here looking at tarot. So you're here to find keys that religion could not satisfy, because you knew that there was something more. Alright? So that's why you here looking at tarot. That's number one. That's a fact. It's not an act, because you're here. Alright? You have both wanted and desired at the same time. But in order to come into wholeness with yourself, you gotta love yourself. And the only way to love yourself is to be by yourself. Now, people always tell you, best way to get over somebody is under somebody else. Because all you doing is taking that same lesson, that same baggage with you. Why? Because you ain't learned the lesson. So you going back through it. You still flunking out. Because you ain't taking no time and putting it in yourself. You ain't taking no time to love the self. So if you don't love the self, how you gonna expect somebody else to? You can't, because you don't know how to love yourself. And then when they treat you bad, you be like, I deserve better than this. All right, so why you ain't giving yourself better than that? See, I told you, this is not the channel for everyone else. If you are not ready to go through and love the self, this ain't the channel for you. If you're not ready to hear what is true, TRUE, this ain't the channel for you. I mean, keeping it 100. But if you desire to get your life together and to learn, and like I said, I'm not perfect. The words that come out of my mouth, the word that comes through me is a double-edged sword. It'll cut me just like it cut y'all. And I'm the one that's wielding it, so you know it's cutting the fuck out of me. Excuse my Francais. I cussed, I didn't curse. Because I'm not here to hurt any of you. Like I said, I'll be the first to admit, it's still stuff that I do that ain't. That's the reason Christ said, ye without sin cast the first stone. As long as you driving this vehicle around, which is this, it's nothing more than a vehicle. This is not who I am. My spirit, my soul. That's what makes me whole. Because one day this is going to go. So see, I'm not completely worried about this. Now, do I desire to take care of this? Yeah. Wish I had did a little better job of it when I was young. But oh well, it is what it is. But you got to love yourself. Because once you become whole within the self and loving yourself, you ain't going to let nobody. Huh? What? Oh, babe, look, I ain't trying to be conceited, but you might need to go on over there, you know what I'm saying? You need to go learn a little something about self-love, and then maybe you come back if I'm still available. But right now, I'm not available for the bullshit. It's called self-love. You don't think you know better, you actually got compassion for them. But you know for yourself, you're not trying to go back down that road no more. Why? You have learned. And them tests will come to you to see exactly how much you have learned. Did you catch that? Now, you sitting on your throne. Something has caught your attention. That 1-1. Something has caught your attention. And spirit right there with you too now. That lizard down there, spirit with you. Spirit with you. Just make sure that you take on that lion. Because I'm going to tell you, the lion, not the lioness. The lion is there for 2 reasons. Number 1, to watch the children. The males, the lion, they watch the cubs. Oh yeah, I took it there. Yeah, I certainly did. I took it there. Number 2, they are there to help protect if the lioness needs that help. Yeah, I took it there. Alright, y'all. You did it. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot of y'all. Just gonna catch a little attitude, but it is what it is. Take a leap of faith into the unknown. So, something done caught your eye. Alright? And you're desiring to take a leap of faith into the unknown. Because the world is in the palm of your hand and you have your wand to create. Alright? Now it's an alarm going on. I don't know if y'all hear it, but it's an alarm going on. So the divine is telling you, pay attention. Now just because something done caught your eye don't mean that that's what you need to have you learned your lesson. The red is right here. You better make sure you stay grounded. The black represents the dark, the unknown. The white represents the purity. Now, red is on here. In other words, guard your heart. Alright? You got a red feather right here in her hand. Alright? You're going to take that leap of faith. Make sure that you ask the divine to keep you grounded in the spirit. That way them wrong spirits don't come back to you and then you find yourself having to go through it again. Because that's exactly what will happen. So the choice is yours. The choice is absolutely yours. Stay grounded. Because something has caught your eye. You are holding the world in the palm of your hand and you have your wand in your left hand, which is your receiving hand. Because everything goes from right to left, not left to right like you have been taught. I took it there. Now, you can have a solid new beginning. But don't ever forget, do never forget this house that's right here, that once or twice or several times got turned upside down. Now, I have been subscribed to Queen Airbender for a while before I even started doing tarot for my YouTube channel. And there's some more that I will. Because they helped me through a dark night of the soul. When I tell you I went through, whoa, I'll tell y'all about it one day, but right now it just ain't that day. But anyway, she's the one who brought that to my attention. And it's so befitting right now. So I'm giving her props. Because had it not been for that, I didn't see that up there. So I'm not gonna take credit for something that I didn't discover myself. But anyway, don't forget that house is up there, upside down. So be careful of the gates that you go through, the portals that you go through. Now that came from me. Start reclaiming who you truly are. which goes back to what was just said. Be careful of what portals you go through, and be careful of who you allow to come back through your portals, your energy field. If they're not on your frequency, shit, all of your energies and stuff that you've been robbed of and stuff, you better start calling it back. You're on a different frequency now. Call it back to you, but only call that back to you, because you gotta know thyself. Look at that. You gotta work on yourself. This where you head. It can be great, minute, or reckless. You are holding the world in the palm of your hand. You have a wand in your receiving hand. What are you going to receive? Are you going to receive the same old, same old? Or is the work going to pay off? Because something done caught your eye. Has there truly been a transformation? Has there been a putting away of those things that no longer serve you? And have you learned the lesson and creating something anew? Have you transformed? Have you transformed enough that you can get different results? All right, we got two that's in reverse, but they're oracle cards. All right, so let's not get too upset. One says, sometimes the strongest people in the morning are the people who cried all night. You remember when y'all used to be up crying and stuff all night? Asking God why? After getting pissed off and cussing and raising hell and to the point that you just sick. That's why it's in reverse. Because you're putting off those things that no longer serve you. Been there, done that. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. Facts. But hopefully, y'all have changed. And that's the reason these two cards are in the reverse. Because y'all have been there, done that. Hopefully, y'all have changed. And if you haven't changed, because remember, past, present, and future all coexist together. Just what portal have you gone through? What timeline are you on? What's your frequency? Because you're going to draw that to you that you are. Did you catch that? So what are you? Who are you? It's time for the sun. It's the appointed season. That's better than time. It is the appointed season for you to have joy, for you to live your life. To stop being so judgmental, even when it comes to the self. I'm just saying. Harmony is pure love. Did you catch that? harmony is pure love. You got to have harmony within the self. You got to have pure love for the self before someone else can come into you. For love is complete agreement. Complete agreement. If you can't agree with yourself, if you sitting here saying, I'm through with this and I ain't gonna, and then the next day or the next hour you right back with it. The point is, that's your choice. But like I told y'all in the beginning, what the divine told me, as long as you keep stirring in that pot, trying to do the most highest job, how you gonna get different results? How's it working for you so far? I'm just saying. Well, y'all, the divine is bringing in, slowly but surely, because if the divine just sit here and just pour it out on you right now, can you honestly say that you're ready for it, that you're prepared for it? I'm just saying. That's the reason it's coming in slowly but sure, to make sure. Because why would the divine bring you in something solid and you won't be able to appreciate it, you won't be able to be grateful for it? And if you're not grateful for it, then it's going to leave your life because you have not been grateful for it. Release your worries. This is so befitting. Release your worries and receive universal abundance. So stop worrying about what you can't change. Because can't never could till it tried. Did you catch that? Cliche that they say all the time. But is it a cliche? It's not a cliche. It's a fact. Change. You got to change, because if you don't change, it starts with you. You want to look yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes and tell yourself that you love yourself. It helps. But anyway, y'all. Oop, look at that. The world. The endings have come, and it's new beginnings. But I'm going to tell you like this. It's going to be people from your past that kibbled and bitted you. That kibbled and bitted you. Treated you like you wasn't shit. That's going to try to come in and sneak in now. Don't think because the divine is pouring much favor out upon you, and that's the reason the divine is bringing it in slow. Solid, but slow. Because the divine knows that these mofos still out here too. And y'all still have not gotten to the point that you need to be. Are you strong enough that they won't come in and take what the divine is bringing into you? And that's why justice and temperance is out here. The divine is having to pour at a certain rate. So when you reach the fullness of it, you will be balanced enough that you will be able to cut the bullshit with that sword out of your life. You can't make this up. This was in the reverse a while ago when we first shuffled the deck. Now it's in the upright. Life is tough, yet so are you. Even though it's got but there, I say yet. It's a difference in the words, but we'll get into that later. Life is tough, yet so are you. Don't ever, ever, ever forget that. Well, y'all, this has been Alice Sage. Much love. I'm getting ready to start pumping these out. I'm getting ready to start pumping them out. But this was a different type of read, and I hope you guys liked it. Because this was about y'all, not about he, she, This was about y'all and what the divine is doing in your life. Much love, and I'll be hollering at you later.